this, take all the paint with one side of palette top, and then doesn't matter from left to right or right to left. Apply just like this and move very flatly and cover your surface. You can go and back, similar brush, but you need to know that heavy paint is always required to cover everything, every part of your surface. It depends on which kind of palette type you feel comfortable with. Most of the time I prefer to go with two shades, and it's more easy for me. Very gently, I want to have a flat surface so I don't have any pressure on my hand, and I make this sky very smooth. Clean my palette knife and prefer to go with the other shade that I have is this one. And then I start with the blue color on the stance. First of all, I prefer to go with half of my palette knife because I want to be really accurate about the line on the stance. Should be just a flat like that. If it's not easy for you, you can go for distance with just a brush and then apply palette knife for the rest. Heavy paint always helpful to cover everything. Even for some reason, you can make the line with the side of palette knife and go like that. Make the line very accurate, and then like this, cover hold the shape really flat. Or move with your palette knife like this to make it more flat and fade. I don't want to keep some texture for the stance, so I move my palette knife to make it more flatly. And then from here to the center, it's okay for me to keep it with the with texture. Just as a separation, because my flowers start from here and move down. I will go with which color? I can go with this light blue color to separate. I would like to see my water until here. This is the place of my water. And here I separate it, and the rest is just for flower and the grass. And now it's more easy to cover everything. From here, you can start with lighter blue, mix with darker blue, and flatly cover everything. It's better they mix here together, not just with separation line, cover your blue, light blue with the dark. It's okay to mix both together. Don't worry about the wave. We will make them later on top. Even you can work like that and make your water a little bit more interesting. And in between, you can bring some pure white color and make some wave here a little bit heavier, more heavy paint like that, and play with your stroke to make some wave. Even you can back to your blue on top, cover it with heavy paint with dark blue. So just flat is cover here. From this part to the front, you can make some texture on top. Even I will back to cobalt blue a little bit. I would like to see just tiny dark blue here. It's interesting to have in between some dark blue here too. And then back to light blue color. And now we can mix a little bit turquoise when we move down. We'll move forward. You can mix your light blue with turquoise blue. And then play with your stroke to make it heavy, liney, more interesting. I would like to have more texture a little bit, so I bring more blue here. Take some here too. Texture, I mean, let me bring near camera. You see here the texture I make, it's really visible. And bring on top to make some wave very gently. Less pressure. It's nice to have your wave not really straight with an angle. And if sometimes it's happened, you see that it's a lots of white come to your palette, come to your canvas. So again, you can back to the blue and cover the part that you are not happy with. And a little bit more wave for the front. For the wave, I will go a little zigzaggy shape with the pure white color, and I know that the pure white color mixed with the blue and give me nice result. For creamy color, we need a little bit more, very less yellow ochre, more white. Mix these two colors together to reach this yellowy creamy color. It's better to be really light. And then just a less water, less part actually is like that, covered by this color of sand. I just apply like a line going back like this. I draw it one by one. I can have one circle shape here for one flower. Even you can color it, doesn't matter, because we will come on top by palette knife. And another flower is this oval shape. I just imagine this two is my flower. Here is another one. Here another one. And this is one which is not visible all the part. A little bit. And here this one. You can actually, with the oval shape, you can play with it and face it toward left, right, and top. I face this flower toward right side. And one is here. The other on top. One is this side, one is this side. And there is some space here, and another one is placed here. The rest is for the grass. And I know some flowers will come on top of my water. Even I can add some here too. One here is a big one. The other is will come on top of the water. I can wait to do them later because I know it takes really time to get dry everything for the water. And when I mix pink with the blue, it doesn't give me nice color. So I wait for that. Just I add all this beside the bottom part of my canvas, and the rest will come on top. With brush is so easy. We can start from front. Just cover very flatly everywhere by green color around your flower like that. You can cover everything. You don't need to be really accurate or have a very gentle and patient. Just cover around your flower like this. Even if you want to do by a smaller palette knife, you can do just like that. You can cover whole the part very flat. For now, I don't want to make a texture. I just want to cover around my flower. Fall, I will go with the hooker green, light green color. Even just a bit for the stems, we need to mix the light green with white color. If you don't have any light green, you can use hooker green mixed with lots of yellow and white to reach lighter tone. So I go with this. I already have yellow ochre, just a tiny bit I would like to mix with it. This is the light green color. It's good for the stems. Even more. So I keep this one aside. So we can start from the stems. I will start from there, first of all, with these two green color. I go with this green, and I know the way until here is not like straight. It's really flatly. With heavy paint, I try to go with really flat like that. And on top, I will go with the lighter palette knife, with the lighter paint. Use tip of my palette knife and make a little texture on top. Really flat, like this. And then move down between your flower. Play with the tip of your palette knife to make some movement and texture. And bring it here, like that. Even switch to darker tone and lighter tone of green. Then with hooker green, I would like to add one line like that to show that this is good for stem. To have an idea, this is my stem. A little bit thicker because of the flower, and yeah, that's here. And now from here, my way for palette knife stroke is changed. It's not really flatly and like left and right. It's more heavy. Because of that, I go with a smaller one. If you don't have, just this part of your palette knife would be enough to make some paint. So I go with that. I apply with the light color, and I move like this and try to take heavy paint and apply to keep this paint on top of my surface. In between, you can move on with another color. Tiny stroke with light and dark. Play. It's so interesting to go with different value or different colors. Even in some part, you can make it longer. Reddish brown, it's more interesting to bring here. You can change the way of your hand to go a little bit toward left or toward right. And then near the beaches, a little bit you can move on top. Not pay attention, not all in the same level. A little bit longer or shorter, it's more interesting. And then you can continue the same way with different color until cover all your greeny part beside your flowers. So we can go together and work more and more with light and dark green. But make sure when you move down, it's better to use more darker tone. From center, it's okay to go with a really light tone. But when you come near here, it's good to go with darker value. Not just one hooker green, you can mix hooker green with light green and make the lighter tone. And some brownie color I would like to bring here, and then some purple tone as well. I will go with oval shape first. I take my yellow. It can be heavy. Center of each pink, you can add some yellowy like that. It can be heavy or not much. But it's better to be oval shape. When you move further, it's better not to be really heavy, more flat. So I cover all my flower with yellow. And then I just finish one flower and then move the other one. So I start with the lighter tone, this pink that I mix with white color. I start with that. I take a little bit heavy paint with the tip, and then from out, I move inside. Out, move inside. And then most of the time, because we pass from the green part, the green is dark and still is wet. Sometimes happen that it goes inside your pink color and make it dirty. So be careful. Again, you can back and cover it by pink color. But the other point, if you take a really heavy paint and when you move from the on top of the green, very gently try to sit your light color on top of the green and then move down with very less pressure. You see here, it's not mixed together. Very gently, they pass from each other. So I start with this light tone. I come from out, move down, shape it like that. Sometimes the top part is very tiny for my petals, but both sides is longer because of the shape of each flower. One by one, I will go with one pink color. It's a light one. Clean my palette knife. I will go with a darker tone. Small on the center, on the tip of my palette knife. And I know darker tone is more placed exactly beside the yellow one. It's more here. More dark would be on the center. One by one, I cover very gently the center of my flower with darker tone. Again, clean your palette knife. Sometimes it's okay, you can switch to pure pink color and add a little bit on top if you need. If not, there is no need to add more. You can leave it like that. There is not much white here. Even I can go with 1 or 2 stroke heavy paint with the white, and it's happened most of the time on the top part like that, very gently. Pure white color, bring on top and add 1 or 2 stroke with the pure white color. We can finish the other flower too together, and then I will bring it near the camera to be more visible. So again, back to the light pink color with the tip of your palette knife. The top of your petal is a little bit shorter. You can very gently from outside bring it inside to the center with short stroke. Just a bit accurate would be, not really fast. It's not happened. One by one, place my, it's a really similar sculpting. Then clean your palette knife. Like that. And then take the darker tone. Darker tone is on the other way. Start from a center to go out, because the center is always more dark and the bottom of our flower. And yeah, that's fine, I think. And the other point, it's important when you work on small and tiny part, it's important to work just with the tip of your palette knife. Please make sure not hold the palette knife. It's not easy to work with the hole for the details. Just clean always your palette knife and take your paint with this part. It's small part and the tip. And even for the other, so similar with the pink color, just 1 or 2 stroke to show that these are the flower petals on top. And I can keep, the reason I make my circle, my oval shape first of all with the pink color is for the stems, I want to keep some of them. So that would be fine. 1 stroke with white and 2 like this. So these are the flower and the stems, and I have some more here on top of my water. I can add a little bit pink on top like this to show that these are my flower. I can add more pink color here. So like that, just some stroke here, and for this one as well. Even I can back after I paint on my flowers. These 2 flower was connect together, so I can back again to the dark blue, sorry, dark green color or light green color and add some colors between them and separate them from each other. As I mentioned, anytime you can fix the shape or fix your painting, or even you can let it everything get dry and then add your, mix my purple with this rose color. I just want to have darker tone, even this blue, doesn't matter. I would like to have dark tone, but not the brown. It's better to be with the purple, with the red, some dark color like that. With tip of your brush, heavy paint you can take and just add like the line here. And not everywhere, not just circle it around your yellow color. Just one here, for example, a little bit, one here, very gently. Or even here. Heavy paint. Or here, I guess. I will do it right now, all of them. To show you it's not happen everywhere, just 1 or 2. To make your flower more interesting and use different tone and color into your paint. And I will go with this darkness just for this one in front, not the one that on further.